So this is a fairly early bassmaster, serial number 0482, which was often written inside of the chassis on these early ones. You see the big fat Mallory caps that they used, and then shortly after this they went to the Mullard mustard caps. This amp had blown power filters all the way through, as well as the bias caps were leaking badly. So when you turned it on, it sounded like a fuzzed out ring modulator if you got any sound whatsoever. It was really brutal. So this is what it is. And the other thing that's really interesting about this amp, if you can see it, the interesting thing here is this, I've seen this on about 25 of these early amps. This appears to be a factory or factory recommended solid state rectifier conversion. So the tube rectifier would have been here, and that's been capped. Then this additional board has been fabricated and dropped in with 2 bolts, and the original heater, the original 5-volt heater wires for the rectifier tube have been clipped back here. So first time I saw it, I thought someone had just done a mod, but in this case I've now seen about 25 of these, so it's quite obvious that it was a running change or something like that they did. So this amp is pretty much the dead stock circuit. Haven't done anything that people do. The only thing I've done is I've lifted one leg of the 0.001 capacitor, the brightness capacitor that's very, very cutting, and I've put a resistor in series with it so that the effect is less dramatic, less shrill. Other than that, it's pretty much, it is in fact a dead stock amp. The only other change I've made is I've reduced the filtering slightly after the initial filters, in keeping with its intended use as a guitar amp. So we've just barely cracked it open. It's pretty crazy. That's 0 or 1. I think everyone should get a look at this too, because it's kind of amazing. Look at the size of this transformer set. It's just incredible amount of current capacity these things have. So there you go. Even though that wasn't a proper demo and I never got above 5, it sort of clearly indicates to me how crazy good these things can sound in terms of a Marshall type sounding amp. When they're cleaned up and set up properly and serviced properly. It's pretty amazing.